Hello. So I'm back in Windows, and this time it's actually Windows 10. It's actually Windows 10 Pro, because when I did the upgrade a year ago, I had Windows 7 Professional, so that's why I got the Pro version of Windows 10 as well. And I was running Ubuntu 16.04, and I was starting to have issues with it. Different software were crashing all the time. For example, I put an extra disk into the computer and I could format it, but when I was going to create a partition, the software for it just crashed all the time, so I couldn't create a partition on it. Things like that. And also the file manager, the Windows Explorer version, it crashed also a lot of times, especially when I was emptying the trash bin or recycle bin, and I had to restart the computer to sort of get it working again. So yeah, I had some issues with it, so that's why I went back to Windows 10. And I was not really sure if I was going to have Windows 10, because I actually tried Windows 10 when it was released about a year ago, 11 months ago when I record this, and I had some serious issues with it on my computer. I couldn't play any games. I couldn't really watch any videos either. The game performance just dropped by massively. Like, I got a quarter of the performance. Like in Minecraft, I usually got over 100 frames per second, and I got like 20 frames per second all of a sudden in Windows 10. Things like that. And I watched YouTube videos. The video was sort of chopping a lot, like it was buffering. So it was stuttering. It was a complete mess. So I actually got back to Windows 7. Then I tried the Windows 10 again 6 months ago, 6 months later, so to speak. Same problem with the game performance. Couldn't play any games at all. And now it's been like another 6 months, and now it's fine. All of a sudden, they seem to have fixed the problems, and I actually can play games again. And that's why I use Windows 10 right now. And yeah, normally you don't get these widgets or gadgets, as they're called. Widgets, I'm used to Linux now. But in Windows, these are gadgets, and you can actually install as sort of a third-party software so that you can get this. But one problem that I have with Windows 10, and it's the same problem that I had in Ubuntu. I have a monitor which has the aspect ratio of 16:10. So the resolution for it is 1920 by 1200. And that's why you get the black bars on the sides right now. And yeah, and I didn't have this problem at all in Windows 7, and that might be because I used Fraps. Because when I change resolution right here to 1080, it will look completely normal on my monitor. I will have only some black bars up here and down here, but everything looks normal. In Ubuntu, it was cut off down here at the bottom. And the problem I have in Windows 10 with OBS especially is the same thing. It looks normal on the monitor, but when I capture the monitor, it will be cut off at the top. So almost half of this sort of clock over here will be cut off. And the recycle bin, it just goes underneath the text. So yeah, that's kind of an issue. So when I actually went to the video here, you know, I set it to 1080, the canvas size, everything will be cut off. It's kind of weird stuff, but otherwise it looks great. And I also, if I go to output here and recording, the normal bitrate recommendation for YouTube is 8,000 when you record 1080. If you're going like 30 FPS, 1080, 30 FPS. If you're going 1080, 60 FPS, the recommended is 12,000. But I only record in, let's see, 30 FPS. But I still have the 12,000 because I noticed that the text over here, you know, on the gadgets here, it was slightly blurry when I had 8,000. So I bumped it up to 12,000, and you see I got like 50% usage when I record the desktop. So it's not big of an issue. And so yeah, this is the recording settings I have, and also the video is, of course, if you have a 1080p monitor, you set it to 1080 instead of 1200. And this is, of course, for YouTube. If I stream to Twitch, I set it to streaming actually, and I have like 2,500 or 2,000 actually. And I actually captured the game only in like 1280 by 720. And when I use Spotify as well, it gets about 100% almost CPU. But if I don't use Spotify, it's about 70%. So yeah, that's a little bit about OBS and Windows 10. So yeah, have a nice day.